What's going to happen with the Mueller special counsel? Boy, I wish I knew what was going to happen. I know what should happen. I know it should be shut down because of the corruption in its formation, the way it's been abused, the whole special counsel operation, the corruption targeting then candidate Trump, where the Justice Department and the FBI were protecting Hillary Clinton while working with literally Hillary Clinton's campaign vendor Fusion GPS to target President Trump, spying on his team, sending spies as informants into his campaign, our government. And yet Mueller is harassing President Trump now. I think he should be shut down. I think the more likely outcome is that he will fizzle out. Because there was no collusion between Trump and the Russians. That's what he was hired to do. Everything else is a distraction and noise to make you think that he's legitimate and should be allowed to continue. At least the operation should be allowed to continue. By the time you see this, the Manafort verdict should be in one way or another. That won't change whether Mueller should be allowed to continue or not. But because there's been no collusion between Trump and Russia. And I would encourage you to look at the indictments that Mueller has issued on the Russia issue. Specifically, he indicted Russians on efforts to use cutouts and bots and plant stories pretending they were Americans on social media sites to influence the election, both for and against Donald Trump, and both for and against Hillary Clinton. Again, you remember that. For and against Donald Trump, for and against Hillary Clinton. So the Russians were indicted for planting these false, using these cutouts to participate in our election process. I don't know if the indictment is even good law or a fair, if they broke a law doing this, maybe they did, but it's an odd indictment. But the indictment most directly doesn't allege and specifically highlights that there was no knowing collusion with any Americans. And there's another indictment of Russians that alleged that the Russians were trying to hack into state election systems and also hacked emails of Democrats and Republicans. They don't want to mention it was Republicans too, because that breaks the media narrative. Again, no collusions with them, no knowing collusion by any American with the Russians on those two issues. So what else is there to investigate? Nothing. That's why I think the Mueller investigation is eventually going to peter out. But on the other hand, President Trump is the X factor. He fired Comey. He pulled Brennan's security clearance. And he's just the type of guy, when he sees all this corruption, who would say, you know what, enough is enough. Mueller's being shut down. So I hope he does that, and with the president, you never know. If it were any other president, I'd say Mueller will continue and eventually fizzle out in a year or two. But with President Trump, he could cut it short.